Engagement Radio, not outrage radio. A place where your hopes, your frustrations, and your ideas are welcome 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Real talk, real people, real Los Angeles. KBLA Talk 1580, the station that sounds like the city looks. Tune in on your AM radio dial at 1580. Download our free KBLA 1580 app or listen live on our website at KBLA1580.com.
Unapologetically progressive.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
Hi, I'm Dr. Tracy Marks, a psychiatrist, and I make mental health education videos. When I started making videos on YouTube in 2018, one of my early videos was how to recognize a toxic relationship. That video was based on a blog post that I wrote in 2010. I had no idea at the time that toxic people or relationships would be trending topics. At the time I made the video, I was focused on the person on the receiving end of these behaviors and how they could recognize and deal with them. I didn't expect to get questions from people saying, "What if I'm the toxic one? What do I do?" Since I've gotten that question a lot, I decided to answer it here. First, let me review the behaviors. I'm just going to list them, but for descriptions of them, you can watch the original video that I'll link to this one. Here are the 10 red flags or signs of a toxic relationship. Number 1, chronic anger like blow-ups or moodiness. 2, chronic sarcasm, which is a form of disguised anger. 3, disparaging humor. Things aren't funny unless it insults someone. 4, having a punitive mindset that people deserve the bad things that happen to them. 5, needing to control people. 6, excessive insecurity and needing constant reassurance. 7, being extremely opinionated and judgmental. 8, manipulating you with guilt. 9, predominant self-centeredness in a way that they take more than they give. And number 10, needing to be on the offense with the worldview that people will stick it to you unless you get yours first. That's a lot of negative stuff, but to be clear, these are not meant to be characteristics that define a narcissist. These are thoughts and behavior patterns that anyone can engage in. It could be someone with a personality disorder like narcissistic, borderline, or even obsessive-compulsive personality disorder. Or it could be someone who is depressed and bitter. What if you are the one that's doing these things? First off, if you recognize these things in yourself and own them as causing problems in relationships, you've already made a huge step. Change starts with insight. And some people will hear these things and get defensive or justify them. For example, the person who's always mad about something may justify their anger as a normal response to being around idiots. So you've already made progress if you're willing to accept these thoughts and behaviors as problems that start with you, as opposed to externalizing blame onto other people or situations. Next,
No, she was cooking. No.
the person to help you see your blind spots. The independent person should be a professional like a therapist, a personality or relationship coach, depending on their skill set. What kind of therapy would you get? A psychodynamically oriented therapy will have a heavy focus on why you do and think these things. What are the origins of the behavior? Psychodynamic psychotherapy seeks to make your unconscious motivations conscious so that you can break the pattern and think or behave differently the next time the situation arises. The therapist does this by asking you questions.
So, because when we came forward, I was talking about how I'm an advocate for you getting a therapist, and preferably a sister. And she was explaining the process of what that is, right? When you're in there, when you get a therapist. And Valerie was talking about her team that helped her through her suicidal ideation. Let's get her in here. Valerie.
Yeah.
Man, first off, you do this to me every time you call. But I just have to say you are loved here. You are safe here. And I appreciate you. You know, I do. I appreciate you deeply for sharing. Because this isn't an easy share. Right? Not remotely, right? But
No.
you were saying, and it was heavy, you know, being needed and you know, almost using yourself in order to be accepted by others, yeah?
Yeah, well, it's the hypervigilance that you develop, that I developed from trauma and, you know, life. I knew how to seek out the needy people. We know. We know.
What does it
You
look
know when you
like?
come
What does
home.
it look like? Like, how do you identify like a needy person? You can say, oh, they're gonna need me if I show up, and like, what do they look like? How do they behave?
It's not even about behavior. Like when I used to date in my 40s, it took a 45, not longer than 45-minute conversation of just listening, asking questions and listening to understand what kind of need I was dealing with and if I wanted to deal with it.
And then once you decided, oh, this is the type of person that matches me, I don't know the proper framing, you know, that matches me, that is aligned with me. What was your payoff? What did you get from dealing with that type of person?
Oh, my love tank gets filled because, you know, I get to be of service.
Wow.
I get to be of service. That's how I express love. So I have to be very careful. I will never reveal publicly how my love tank is filled by someone else. Okay, that's tipping too much game. But my expression is acts of service. But I was raised in codependency and hypervigilance. So I have to be very careful at this point with how I'm being of service.
Right.
Because I glow when my children, still to this day, 30 and 28, look up from a plate that I've prepared for them and say, thank you, Mommy, in unison. It's the happiest thing in the world for me. You know, it's like a kiss that they get to eat.
Wow.
And do their toes and cut their grapes, cut and peel their grapes. I like those little things. So I have to be careful not to put myself in a position of doing it out of need. But that's the old stuff. Approve of me, see how good I am.
So, no, this is big what you're saying. Think about, say, you hear me talk about how relationships is really essentially a spiritual environment. Sure, it has social game rules affixed to it, right? It has psychological game rules based on attachment theory and based on, you know, what we modeled in childhood, early childhood, right? Developmental all of it, right? But the spiritual opposite of the type of yearning and wanting to be needed. So there's a concomitant payoff. The opposite of that would be the Sanskrit term Siva. And that's how we pronounce it in English, Siva. But in Sanskrit, it's Seva, Seva. And what it means is, listen to what I'm about to say, selfless service, as opposed to self-serving service, right?
Yeah.
So yes, it's like, oh, there's that person. I know if I serve them, I'll be able to get what I need out of it. But Siva or Seva on a higher consciousness level is selfless service. Now, I don't believe one can get to that level of selfless service until they've fully served themselves. And I believe that you're on that self-serve journey. Like you're filling up your... Am I off with that assessment?
No.
Talk to me about that process. How did you come to that understanding? Like, oh, let me redirect my service. Instead of outward, let me redirect it inward. When did that light switch turn on?
I'm a girly girl, so I have a steam tin and wax for my feet, all the little gadgets, right? Mm-hmm. So I decided one night to set up the spa. Brewed tea, poured it in the tub, just everything. I'm soaking and steaming and pedicuring, and suddenly I realized that this is not the self-care that I need. I thought the self-care was taking care of the external. I still had guilt because I wasn't doing something for somebody else that I knew was in need. Mm-hmm. And I realized that I was feeling guilty just having a girls' night. Mm-hmm. And that it needed to be deeper than a massage.
Got it.
You know, it needed to be deeper than the nail polish. You know, it needed to be. I needed to find out that no matter how anyone else feels about me, correction, whatever anybody thinks or feels about me is above my pay grade.
Wow. Or below it. How about that?
No, it's above, because that's God's work.
I got you.
Take it to the altar. You tell me something, take that to the altar.
Take it to the altar is genius.
That's your perception. I
right.
can lay that down with Jesus, because I can't fix it.
Right.
I'm working on my inner stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I can't work on your perception of me. That's your responsibility. Don't project. Mm-hmm. But, you know, I might have I'm not in a space where I don't push back on respect, but I mean on the projection. But I'm getting better at it. I'm losing maybe 20 minutes tops now when I used to lose weeks.
Right. That's great. You know what? Like, you just make me so happy when you call in, because what I see is a person who is present with themselves, and they understand what they are. You understand what you are, and you're leaning into the process of healing. And as I've said on numerous shows, people like make the concept of healing so difficult when it's actually being with yourself without conviction, without verdict, without condemnation. And I'm not saying you're always like that, but I'm saying when you're here, I can hear you and I can feel you doing this work. And I'm just proud of you. You make me feel good about what it is that I do. You make me feel good to just even talk to you, and I appreciate you for sharing the way you do.
Yes, thanks. I appreciate this platform a lot, because The presentation is new. And as I have been deconstructing, I've triggered a lot of people who needed me to be that person.
Come on. The old you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on. Yes.
And stories are made up. Camps get built. You know, it's like, oh, come over here. Let me talk about her. Go right ahead. I don't care, but I'll really tell you. I can tell you everything. Can't nobody tell anybody anything about me that I can't. And I'm going to go deeper. Because I don't have shame.
Right.
I don't have shame. I did it. And I'm still here. So I don't have shame like that. That's why I'm, forward and honest about my stuff. Like, I don't have time to lie. I lied a lot when I was a girl. Mm-hmm. Okay? I was a bully. I was terrible. I lied a lot. Mm-hmm. I will not give anybody the keys to my salvation. I don't know if the next lie is going to send me to hell breaking that commandment. So whenever I feel the urge to lie, I look at that person and I'm like, are they worth hell? Nope. Tell them the truth.
Are they worth hell? Nope. Tell them the truth. I love it.
They can't handle the truth. They can't handle it, baby.
I love it. Valerie, guess what you just did, sweetheart?
Brought LA in the building.
Come on. Los Angeles is showing up and showing out. Listen, they showed up on the 23rd. I got to give LA his props. Even Andy and his girl was in the building. It was on fire. LA was in the house, and LA has been in the house tonight. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. Once again, if you want to really have a real conversation with your brother, Zoe Williams, on The Voice of Reason, just call me, 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, the Voice of Reason is going to keep stoking the flames. Thank you, Val.
The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Tired of being locked out of job opportunities and shut down by systemic racism? KBLA Talk 1580 stands with you in fighting for the rights of black workers, and we don't black down. The Los Angeles Black Workers Center is a dynamic alliance of workers, organized labor, community-based organizations, clergy, students, and scholars working collectively to improve the position of the black working class. The LA Black Workers Center takes a comprehensive approach to addressing the black jobs crisis. Their programs promote access to quality jobs, racial equity in hiring and retention, discrimination-free job sites, and they prepare black workers for employment in high-wage career track jobs. The LA Black Workers Center supports workers who need help protecting their rights on the job. They give workers access to quality jobs and remove systemic barriers to employment. And they are advocating for a fair deal for black workers in the new Los Angeles City Charter. To sign up for free career readiness training, get involved in organizing, or learn about union apprenticeship programs and trade registries, please visit lablackworkercenter.org. That's lablackworkercenter.org. Together, we can beat the black jobs crisis and build a more equitable Los Angeles. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You can't fix what you won't face.
And we face it every day.
This is KBLA Talk 1580.
Let's celebrate. Y'all did it! Loving each other, needing each other.
Hey, Los Angeles. KBLA Talk 1580 is turning 5, and we're celebrating in a big way.
Oh my God!
Join us Friday, June 19th, Juneteenth, 4 to 7 p.m. at the Beehive for our 5th anniversary bash and Juneteenth celebration. We're talking surprise celebrity guests, a special presentation, and a major announcement you will not want to miss.
I can't wait to hear it.
Plus, live music, dancing, games, and enough food and drink to keep the party going.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Of course, you're welcome to bring your own picnic basket, blanket, and lawn chair. And the best part, it's completely free. But here's the thing. You've got to sign up in advance. Space is limited, so don't wait. Head to KBLA1580.com right now and lock in your spot. Friday, June 19th, The Beehive, KBLA Talk 1580. 5 years strong, and we're just getting started.
Happy anniversary, KBLA!
Yeah, man.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
My tongue, blood on my blood. Minute you're gone, the feelings they flood. Sentencing wrong, it's fire to judge. Is what it is, it was what it was. Why hold a grudge when you know it's love? Won't be a crush, don't wanna hold you up. Let's get your buzz, we should hit the club. Feel like it's on you. I see God in you, I see God in me. So I don't wanna hurt nobody. Shall I tell the truth? But that on God on me, that I don't wanna hurt nobody no more. Gotta hold it down if you got one, if you got one, if you got one. Gotta hold it down if you got one, if you got one, if you got one. Gotta reel it in when you got one, when you got one, when you got one. Gotta reel it in when you got one, when you got one, got one.
Grass ain't always greener on the other side. Nothing like a brand new Sunday spent with somebody who loves me. I've been looking deeper on the inside.
Now, most of the time, if you were to ask an avoidant partner what they need, they will tell you, I just need space. And they will define space primarily as physical space and time apart. But that's only because they don't know how to articulate and express what they really need, which is the emotional discipline required to experience more personal freedom in relationship. In fact, when they experience emotional freedom, they will want to be closer to you because they find it easier to be their authentic selves in your presence.
Wow. Yes, we're all wired to use each other. Listen, if my primary caregiver was not attuned to my needs, I first learned how to use them through manipulation as a baby. I needed what I needed. Could all of this psychosomatic architecture be a program that might be needed in infancy and childhood, but no longer in adulthood? We have agency in adulthood, spiritual awareness, self-awareness. Dr. Tracy Marks talked about self-awareness. She didn't name it explicitly, but she was talking about being able to reflect and look at yourself during this process. We don't have to define ourselves by how much we're needed, right? Or by using others to get what we need. I think as psychology begins to mature, because just because some old white men came up with some ideas, it doesn't mean it's mature. Especially in a philosophical, metaphysical, and spiritual context. I don't believe that we have to need, especially when the ancients talked about Siva or Seva, selfless service. Listen to what I'm about to say to you. Can you be selfless in an intimate context? Is it possible for you to be selfless in an intimate context? Many people claim that they're selfless, but in reality, they are not. Do you see? It's a Sanskrit term, selfless service or service. It refers to actions performed with deep compassion, humility, and dedication to others, without any expectation of reward, recognition, or personal gain. Does that sound like unconditional love? This is one of the main reasons why people say it ain't real, because everybody wants something back. Reciprocity is just another term for revenge, payback. This is why you're so mad when it go bad, because then you're like, all the time, all the energy, all the money, all the effort, I lost all of it. I can't get it. It was a bad bet. Love is not gambling. Love is a spiritual technology where in order to enter the gates of it, you must deconstruct that child I was talking about that had the misattuned parent. Or otherwise, you're taking infant, toddler, child survival technology into your adult relationships where they get exposed. And that is the natural process for many people. Yes. But at some point, that self-recognition that psychiatrist Tracy Marks was talking about has to kick in. And that's when the real work begins. The work is not the relationship. The relationship is the environment that holds the work. The work resides in the two people in that environment. In the practice known as karma yoga, Seva is the heart of karma yoga, the path of selfless action, i.e., karma, right? Action, right? Selfless action, where the intention behind the deed matters more than the outcome. How come our hold tight. When we come forward, the voice of reason, gonna keep the flames lit. You already know how we do.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Black Florida Congresswoman Frederica Wilson is announcing her retirement.
It's time.
The 83-year-old Democrat represents the state's 24th congressional district and has served 8 terms. Wilson leaves behind a major legacy, including founding the 5,000 Role Models of Excellence project and helping bring billions in infrastructure funding to Miami-Dade. The leading candidates for Los Angeles mayor are making their final pitches before Tuesday's primary. Black Mayor Karen Bass, Council Member Nithya Raman, and community advocate Spencer Pratt all met with voters over the weekend. A new UC Berkeley poll shows Bass with a narrow lead. And 1 week after a white supremacist group marched at the Virginia Beach, Virginia oceanfront, members of the original Black Panther Party returned to the same area on Saturday. The group says the march was meant to reassure the community and push back against fear or intimidation from white nationalist groups. Get BIN News now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Plan your escape to Fantasy Springs Resort Casino, a world-class desert oasis just minutes from Palm Springs. And get your tickets now at FantasySpringsResort.com to see rock legend Gene Simmons of KISS perform live June 13th, Cole Swindell August 25th, and Brantley Gilbert August 15th.
You have something to say, and we want to hear it. KBLA Talk 1580 is engagement radio, not outrage radio. A place where your hopes, your frustrations, and your ideas are welcome 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Real talk, real people, real Los Angeles. KBLA Talk 1580, the station that sounds like the city looks. Tune in on your AM radio dial at 1580. Download our free KBLA 1580 app or listen live on our website at KBLA1580.com.
Unapologetically progressive.
What if your rooftop could earn you money every year? With LADWP's Solar Rooftops program, you can get solar panels installed and maintained on your home at no cost and earn up to $900 a year. That's up to $18,000 over 20 years. There are no upfront costs, no credit checks, and no annual fees. Plus, you'll help power Los Angeles with clean local solar energy and reduce reliance on fossil fuels. Make your rooftop work for you. Apply today at LADWP.com/solar rooftops.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The midterm elections are upon us. It is voting season once again. Common Cause's motto is fighting for the democracy we deserve. In service of that goal, Common Cause puts its state and national policy expertise, massive network of grassroots supporters, and nonpartisan approach into action to strengthen our democracy against the challenges we face today. They work at every level of government on priorities that impact each of our lives, like defending the right to vote, limiting big money's influence on our elections, holding public officials accountable, and more. Common Cause is a nonpartisan grassroots organization dedicated to upholding the core values of American democracy. They seek to empower all people to make their voices heard in the political process. This election may be the most important one ever. If you'd like to make a donation or volunteer in service to the Constitution, please visit commoncause.org. That's commoncause.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Friends feel it's their appointed duty. They keep trying to tell me all you want to do is use me. But my answer I want to spread the news that if it feels it's good getting used, oh, you just keep on using me until you use me up. Until you use me up.
Here's the other biggest mistake, if you want to jot it down, that happens in relationship. Most people go to an intimate relationship looking to get something, and they have a bunch of expectations. And if their expectations aren't met, they're upset. And the truth is, a relationship is a place you're supposed to go to give something. But we've been all raised in different ways, and some of us have been raised to think that someone is supposed to look after, love us every single moment a certain way, whatever that way is. But the truth is, relationships are the most beautiful place on earth because, as I said the other day, what happens the minute you experience something that is really enjoyable, really beautiful? What's the first thing most of us want to do? We want to share it with somebody we love. Why? Because, jot this down, the purpose of a relationship is to magnify human emotion. The reason you want to share that experience is in sharing it becomes more in you. You can only experience so much joy.
I don't know. Tony, I don't know. Yeah, it was a lot of meat left on the bone. That was Tony Robbins. I'm not saying what he was saying was wrong. I'm just saying it represents a linear perspective. He says relationship, we go there to get something. A lot of times that is true. He said you're supposed to go there to give. Well, that's partially true. That is, yes, you could say it's a half-truth even. You do go to a relationship to give, but not to your partner. You go to the relationship to learn how to give yourself. Listen to what Andy, listen to what I'm about to say to you, man. You go into a relationship so you can learn how to give yourself a non-judgmental witness. The wounds you've been running from, everything you've learned to suppress and orphan, the purpose of the relationship, this is why they call it a mirrored environment. The person is showing you a mirror reflection of what you renounce in yourself. So in order to give to anyone else, you must first learn how to give what your unhealed wounds has always wanted, a non-judgmental witness. The wound is a wound and it hurts because the hurting is a signal that calls in the witness. Your partner can't witness your wound. You have to witness the wound. So you hear people talk about mindfulness and self-reflection and meditation. It's hurting because it's unseen. And your wound is unseen by you, and you running around saying, I feel unseen and I want to be seen. But yet neglecting, right, the seeing of the self. So relationships get called in so you can see what you're running from. right? So once you witness that, this learning starts to evolve. It starts to, you have to witness you with genuine sympathy and empathy and compassion and love. And this is why Krishnamurti said, hey man, it's definitely or infinitely better to be, right, love over being loved. You can't be love until you see love in you. Krishnamurti's core philosophy is that it is infinitely better to love than to be loved. He taught that the craving to be loved stems from inner emptiness and insecurity. Is this not insecure attachments? This is Krishnamurti before attachment style exists. Come on. He taught that the craving to be loved stems from inner emptiness and insecurity, while truly loving is a state of selflessness, overflowing compassion that requires no return. We had a whole conversation yesterday about reciprocity. I said reciprocity is just a fancy word for transactionalism. Slight keeping. Payback. Unconditional love loses nothing, so nothing needs to be repaid. Only the conditional love needs the receipt. You know what I did for you. You saw how when you was down, who was the only one there for you. That's insecure love, where the ego has to be acknowledged for the gift. Love, unconditional love, it doesn't need to be acknowledged. You hear people say, it don't matter what nobody think about me. Imagine being unconditional love. It doesn't matter if you think it's real or fake or not. Love ain't enough. You're not talking to unconditional love. Do you understand? If there is no internal, non-judgmental witness to the source of your pain, you're going to keep calling in this person. Either they're going to use you up, right? Or you're going to use them up. That's tonight's topic. The difference between loving and being loved. The trap of being loved. Listen, Krishnamurti talked about it. He taught the craving to be loved stems from inner emptiness. Where is craving coming from? That's Buddhism. Attachment is craving. Locked in. I need it. I must have it. What did he say about attachment? Attachment is the source of suffering. And yet we run around here calling and say, oh, my attachment style is, my suffering style is. Oh, we on fire tonight. The desire to be loved is a demand for security. Krishnamurti explained that asking, do you love me, is the ego seeking confirmation of its own importance. Reciprocity is hidden under that too. You know what I did? You remember that birthday gift I got? Yeah, I did that. It makes you dependent on someone else, inevitably breeding fear, jealousy, and possessiveness. The freedom of loving. When you actually love without expectations, attachments, or conditions, the question of whether you are loved evaporates because you embody love. You don't need to be loved if you are it completely. Krishnamurti is harder than I am. He said, you no longer hold out a begging bowl for someone else to fill. Yes, these are hard conversations, I know. The voice of reason is still not done cooking. When we come forward, I'm going to turn the flame even higher.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Let's be real. For too long, too many of our students have sat in overcrowded classrooms in underfunded public schools.
But as head of the San Diego School Board, Richard Barrera changed that.
Under Barrera's leadership, student literacy rose from the state average all the way to #1 among major urban school districts. Barrera led the way for smaller classrooms and for teachers to be paid what they're worth.
Barrera funded more counselors and mental health services, and community schools that teach real-world skills for future jobs.
A community organizer who became an education leader to fight for our kids. The only candidate for State Superintendent of Public Instruction.
Backed by the 310,000 classroom educators of the California Teachers Association. Vote Democrat Richard Barrera for State Superintendent.
Ad paid for by California Teachers Association Independent Expenditure Committee, not authorized by a candidate or committee controlled by a candidate.
Medicare Fraud Prevention Week focuses on the actions everyone can take to prevent Medicare fraud, errors, and abuse. Learn how to protect yourself and your loved ones by joining the Senior Medicare Patrol, or SMP, for Medicare Fraud Prevention Week, held the week of June 5th. Learn more at californiasmp.org or by calling 1-855-613-7080. Going to a World Cup match in LA this summer? Ditch the parking stress and ride Metro. With direct service from across LA County, it's the easy way to get there for just $1.75 each way.
Our voices aren't the minority opinion. They're the American conscience. This is KBLA Talk 1580.
This is America.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Biggie. This goes out to you. This goes out to you and you and you and you. This goes out to you. This goes out to you. This goes out to you and you and you. Your reign on the top was short like leprechauns as I crush so-called willies, thugs, and rapadons. Get in that quick fast like Ramadan. It's that rap phenomenon, Don Dada. Papa, you got to call me Francis M.H. White intake like toast, toe iron. Was told in shootout, stay low and keep firing. Keep extra clips for extra Who's next to flip on that cat with that grip on rap? The most shady. Frankie, baby. Ain't no telling where I may be. May see me in D.C. at Howard Homecoming with my man Capone drumming something. You should know my stilo. Went from 10 G's for blow to 30 G's a show to I never seen before, so Jesus, get off the notorious before I squeeze and bust. If the beef between us, we can settle it with the chrome and metal I make it hot like a kettle get. You're delicate, you better get who sent you. You still pedal I got more rides.
People change when they're ready, not when you beg. People change when their patterns hurt them, not just you. People change when they're humbled by reality, not when they're pressured by others. People change when it costs them something, not just you. People change for themselves, not for your hope, not for your timeline, not for your pain.
The #1 health and wellness podcast.
Jay Shetty.
Jay Shetty.
The one, the only Jay Shetty.
Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to On Purpose. It's Jay Shetty. I am so grateful to eat the right place to be. This episode today is about something that we all struggle with. How many of you know someone, you see their potential, and when they don't live up to it, you feel pain? How many of you really want to change someone who's close to you? Could be a parent, a family member, a partner. And how many of you have been in relationships or are in one right now where you're constantly trying to get the person you're with to upgrade and up level, but it just doesn't seem to happen? This episode is for you and is all about what to do when people don't change. I read it.
I don't need Jay Shetty to tell me that. Do nothing. Change is on them. And then ask yourself, why are you so invested in them changing? What part of you gets validated by helping them? Come on. Man, do you see how this, we're all works in progress, right? So whenever you're doing something, like even in an honest, like I'm trying to help you, you have to make sure that your help is not tethered to a part of you that you ignore. It's not real help if it's anchored in self-erasure, self-avoidance. Do you see? You're not helping from a genuine, truthful, good Samaritan space. You're helping for that little morsel you get back. See, I am worthy because I helped them, while at the same time ignoring the part of you that needs your help. Use me up. Right? Are you loved or are you useful? Krishnamurti said, it is better to be loved than to be loved. It is better to be love, the embodiment of love. We are so broken that we cannot even conceptualize that as a reality. Well, then who gonna love me? What does it matter? You are love. You can conceptualize Bruce Lee saying be water more than you can conceptualize me telling you to be love. Be it. Don't seek it. Become it. You have the capacity to do so from the inside out. Everything that was abandoned, everything that is shirked, everything, go in and love it all. Love it into healing. Healing is seeing. Healing is revealing. Healing is embracing without judgment. Healing is loving on oneself. You can't conceptualize unconditional love because you have conditional like for yourself. There's parts of you you love. I love my smile. I love my widow peak. I love my athleticism. I love my charm. I love my humor. Do you love your demon? The one that has been begging for an exorcism by the only priest that can do it. You. I don't know. Oh, it's not a love. It's the moment there is actual love. Listen, the moment there is actual love, not sentiment, not attachment, not need. the question, do you love me, evaporates. Because the one who asks it is no longer at the center. What is the center? The ego is the center. The ego needs to be reassured. The ego needs trust. The ego needs loyalty. The ego needs you to prove yourself to it. Prove your love to me. That's all ego. And where there is ego, there is fear. And where there is fear, love cannot enter. It's beneath love. Love don't hang. Listen. Love is a spiritual elitist. It does not hang where fear and ego kick it. You want to be loved because you do not love. But the moment you love, it is finished. You are no longer inquiring whether or not somebody loves you. As long as you demand to be loved, there is no love in you. That's Krishnamurti. Do you see? Do you see? They taught us in reverse. I can't wait till I find the love of my life. Walking around carrying the seed of the love of your life in your spirit, in your body, in your psyche. But somebody has to point it out. That's what the voice of reason is about. I'm here. I'm pointing it out to you. Everything you loathe, everything you despise must be loved by you. And I'm talking about everything in you that you despise. You must become the loving witness of the wound that still pains you. Listen, you don't have to agree with me. I started the conversation, y'all. It's Monday. You knew I was going to come in here tripping. Yeah. I'll be back tomorrow with another slapper. I appreciate everybody for tapping in. The VOR is out.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Chicago's mayor is back from the Vatican after meeting with the Pope, who opened with, "How's Chicago?"
I was able to say that, Chicago is strong and that we are transforming.
Mayor Brandon Johnson invited the pontiff to hold Mass in Grant Park next year while also discussing major global issues. A Black Portland mother of 6 is cleared after being wrongly accused of shoplifting. Porchelle